Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry I haven't done any vids for a while, but I just had to show you what I got here because this is definitely laughable. I really caught my pawn shop slipping, and when it comes to the WW2 knife, they literally have this kind of stuff on display sometimes. When it comes to anything from Germany or US for war related, whatever, they'll have it on the walls or on the counters or whatever. So I don't know how they missed this other than it must have been somebody new that they hired, or maybe a friend that was helping out during Christmas season or whatever, just to get all the over stuff done on things coming in or selling or whatever, and just didn't recognize the knife as being vintage, or just didn't take the time to look it up. Because when it comes to knives like this, more pocket knife type, or ones that look like a boot knife, hunt knife, whatever, they get a lot of it. People will just come in with boxfuls, man, like a whole collection. So I can see it happening, but just it's funny that it's something that they got a whole bunch of stuff like this displayed. Otherwise, yeah, I really haven't wanted to do any videos lately because the last few months have just really sucked. It's like my birthday, I can't say was the greatest because all this happened during my birthday, but for my mom's birthday, which was last August, she turned 91 and it hit her really freaking hard. She'd been having problems with aphasia, where if you don't know what aphasia is, look up Bruce Willis. He's got it really bad, but it can affect your speech, your writing, thinking, just all kinds of stuff. Mainly it has to do with communication, where with my mom, it's more in the speech and writing, to where she'll know what she wants to say, but the wrong words or just jumbled stuff comes out. Same thing with her writing. And it's just drives you freaking crazy when you know what you want to say, but your brain won't let you do it. And for a while, it would just kind of just come and go, where she'd just have a little touch of it, and then she'd be all better. Anyways, once she turned 91, she ended up having her back get all messed up, which I think it was on the edge of it, and then it got set off to where it is now after going to the chiropractor, where it just could have just struck in the right spot to where just boom, done. But she's got a vertebrae that's slipping forward in her low back, and it's making all the nerves get affected. The facet joints and the main vertebrae, everything. So it's just affecting her in all kinds of ways to where her legs get to hurting really bad, or weak, or numb, or tingly, or it's like her circulation to get all crazy. Same thing with her arms. It just depends on what nerves it's hitting. And I'm finding that it can also affect the brain to where it can do weird stuff. So I think it's just a combination of things that have just made her basically foobar to the point to where I think she's had some strokes too. So been in the process of getting her on hospice. So that's been my dilemma. Anyways, I want to show off the knives. I will try and do another video talking about my situation of getting her on hospice and some of the stuff I've been able to find that has helped. Where a lot of it, I know I rip on Walmart a lot, but lately, when it comes to their website, I've been able to find stuff a lot cheaper. And then some things I just paid regular price for. Like right off the bat, if you guys hear any weird noise in the background, it's because I got a intercom system for like babies or whatever, baby monitor where it's just the speakers. So I got one in a room, and then I got the one out here so I can hear anything going on if she's calling me or whatever. So if you hear anything in the background, it could be that thing picking up noise, especially when the heater kicks on. So that's one of the things I definitely recommend. If you have somebody that you're taking care of and you're the only one in the house, get yourself a baby monitor. It was like 20 bucks, man. This one's VTech and it does awesome. It picks up everything. Yes, I said I was going to start talking about the knives, but also if you want to be an asshole and you have children in the house that watch a lot of ghost movies and shit, oh, you could really fuck with them with this thing. It picks up all kinds of sounds. Any little freaking creaking thing, like she's got them little freaking solar powered characters that you put in your house windows or whatever, where when the sun hits them, they'll flap their arms or whatever. So it's like tick, tick, but it's not in sequence. So it just sounds like something tapping on a wall or whatever. Or like when the heater comes in, it'd just be like, or sometimes it'd even sound like somebody's breathing. It's like, oh, I could really fuck with my grandniece and grandnephew right now if they came over and just say, yeah, this motherfucker's haunted as all shit. Y'all gonna die and it's gonna be bad. Just really screw with them. It's like you gotta get used to it, but if you're trying to hear somebody that can't talk very loud, really good. Okay, now for real. Now that I'm into damn near 6 minutes, on with the show. Anyways, I was going to say that I caught my pawn shop slipping, but now that I've looked everything up, they fucked up to my advantage. I know sometimes they'll have oddball people there when they're really getting overloaded for like Christmas and stuff, to where they're pricing stuff or working the registers or whatever the hell. That's all I can think is somebody there that was the one that inventoried this knife, didn't recognize what it was, and just threw it in with all the cheapy pocket knives and stuff, because that's where I found it. And then on the other one, it was just in with all the cheapy pocket knives. So basically, before I show them to you, I got both of these for $20 fucking dollars. I knew it was some kind of military knife on the World War II one. Didn't realize exactly what it was because I didn't recognize it until I got in the car and looked it up on my phone. I just saw it as being something that looked militaria. It was cheap, so I grabbed it. And then it's like, I get in the car and look it up, and it's like, holy fuck. Just holy fuck. What did I find? Because it's the real deal. And looking it over, I can't even see why they think it was fake. It's the real deal. It shows all the age. It's got the proper little stamp on it, which I will try and show, but probably snot because of the camera. It's a little freaking stamp that they put on these, which right off the bat, this one is a stick eagle with a number 6 under it. And then there's other ones that will have like a number 5 or some that I guess have letters or whatever. I'll put some stuff in the description for any websites that I've found talking about this type of knife. Or also, I did find a site, I think I saved it, that's got a reproduction one for like $50. And you could tell the differences right off the bat on the repro and the real deal. There's just little things that they left out. Otherwise, pretty decent copy for the price, but not perfect. So anyways, going to show the little pocket knife first. I don't know how old it is exactly, but it seems to be like one that either somebody held on to it and just added it in a knife collection, so it never really got used, or it's just new old stock. But I always liked these French pocket knives, Opinel, where it's like a lock back knife where you open it up and then give this little gadget here a twist to lock the blade in place. Anyways, it's one of the older ones. Hopefully you guys can read that. There, now at least I can see it. Then everything that's stamped on the blade is a little fancier than the newer ones. A little bit more symbolism. Otherwise, really good condition. Like I say, usually these come with a sheath because they do open up pretty easy. I wouldn't want to have this in my pocket loose or whatever. I'm pretty sure if I reached for it, not only would I slice my hand, I'd chop off my dangler and probably stab myself in the leg in the process trying to fish it out of my pocket. So I definitely recommend a sheath because it opens up real easy. But on the whole locking mechanism here, where you twist this part, locks open really freaking tight. Now this, like I say, man, I was laughing when I got in the car like, holy shit. Anyways, what I got here is a World War II figuring 1942 era. Luftwaffe Kampfmesser. Try and get this tag off so I can show you guys the knife better. And they didn't have any of this information with it. All they had was just a sticker that said $10, which just blew my mind. Anyways, when it comes to the sheath, this is the double prong one or whatever clip. And that's something I'll point out, that on the reproduction one I saw, that's where they left some stuff out. Anyways, it's double clip, but you see all that crisscross pattern on the clips, and then the center one there. Damn lighting. There, you can kind of see it. Same thing, it's got that little crisscross pattern on it to give it some texture, so to grab onto whatever better. So the middle one there is so when you put it on your belt, or if you're going to have it like a boot knife, it just holds the knife in place better. Anyways, sheath is just in really good condition. It's not perfect, but it's in really good condition. Just very, very light little scratches here and there, just from being passed around all these years, and all the scratches have a little bit of surface rust in them. And then the handle here really shows the age. All the metal's got a nice dark patina, especially going throughout the handle here. The rivets, crossguard's nice and dark on the patina, but no bad rust. And man, the wood, somebody took very good care of this, man. There's no cracks or anything. I have seen this on some of my smaller bayonets from other countries that have wood handles, where you'll see just little dents and stuff here. It's probably just from the hammer strikes from putting the wood handles on. Assuming they just pound in the rivets, drill the holes, and just pound on the handles, because that's what it looks like. Just little strike marks. But not bad. And then the wood looks nice too. It's got some age to it. There's a little bit of staining here or there, but I basically just very lightly went over it with some polishing wool on the handles, just to take off any dirt and grime. So what I got on it now is the way it's going to be. Then the blade does have some rust on it, but it's not bad. I could bring the blade back. Some of this, especially towards the tip, might be old rust, but a lot of the other was mostly surface. So if it doesn't want to come back completely, I'm not going to force it. I don't want to just sand the living crap out of it, or, well, I won't be doing that. I'd just be going over it with just polishing wool to see how much of this will come off on the tarnish and stuff and rust. Otherwise, I'm cool with it, man. It's an old knife, so this definitely shows its age. Then on the little stick eagle #6 mark, it's just below the sharp edge there. Let's see. That's just not going to pick it up good. It's got a little spot just above my fingernail. That's it. It's just really small. So this one's below the edge of the blade there. The long edge is in long edge, short edge on top. It's like a lot of bayonets, like American bayonets from not World War II, but Vietnam era. A lot of them like to do double edge. But I have seen some, maybe the #5 ones where it's closer to the center. But it's just a very small little mark. One of the websites I found is showing off one really good, so you can see exactly what the mark looks like. It's really basic. And here's some of the really early ones that might have been passed down from World War I. Will have a mark on the crossguard, possibly. So this would be later. It fits in the sheath really tight. Otherwise, just freaking nice. Just so crazy that they had this for $10 and had no clue what it was. So it's not bad. As usual, the camera's making it look worse to where it looks like really thick rust, but it's just the way it's reflecting. It's pretty much just surface. I don't feel any pitting whatsoever. So it could be wherever this was stored throughout the years. Maybe it was in a shed full of stuff that was Grampy's or whatever and just stayed in there and some of the elements got to it. Or maybe they had it on display in like a freaking shed or garage or whatever, and once again, the elements got to it. Hard to know. So anyways, man, it kind of just shows it's out there. You can still catch them slipping on stuff. I have picked up some other vintage things, which got a couple more typewriters. One that's going to stay in my collection that I believe was a 1940s typewriter. And then I found a 1950s one that I'm fixing up for my big sister. So I might show those in a video. I just got to see how I feel, people. It's just been this tons of stress, anxiety, depression, man. Just all kinds of shit hitting me. It's just been really, really bad. Where it's like hopefully things are going to get better. But it's like you're just counting the freaking days because shit keeps happening. Like last night, she fell at like 11 o'clock, so one thing that I have a problem with is chronic muscular pain. Otherwise, I got my strength, but it can affect my muscles sometimes, and what I did was I was moving out an old vintage-ish lift chair, as in the ones that are electric that lift them out of the chair and then land them on the floor. Anyways, it broke naturally while it was open with her in it, so had my sister keeping her from falling out of it up front to the chair and me in back, gradually tipping my mom forward to help her stand up and get out of the chair. But man, it's like that thing's either from the 70s or 80s and it weighs a lot. They were made so much better, but man, just a lot of freaking steel that they put in them things, so it was heavy. So between that and moving out some other stuff, I ended up jacking up my damn arm. So it's been making me feel really useless. Did one of those spiral type freaking sprains. So it goes all the way down into my fingers when it wants to hit me. Which, man, all I got to do is just one of those sudden movements like dropping something where you just instinct is to try and catch it. And man, the pain is just excruciating. Because I got it all from the shoulder down and all in here. It's just, damn. Yeah, happy fucking New Year, everybody, man. Mine's been fucking great so far. It was literally it for New Year's night, man. That's when my mom freaking fell for the second time. At least this time it wasn't too bad. Still had to have the guys from the fire department come and do an assist to get her up off the floor, but previous time, I think that messed her up too. This time, I don't know. I don't know if she had a stroke or what. She can't even remember how she fell, other than she was just on the floor. So either she passed out, like from a blackout, or had a little mini stroke like a TIA. So, oh well. That's the most I want to talk about. Like I said, I will try and get some more vids up, man. I just got to get the want to do it, which ain't there quite yet. Other than today, finally I had enough free time where I can do a vid. Got to catch it while she's sleeping. So, have a good one, everybody.